200 yards rushing a week ago. It's the Seahawks and the Chargers, just ahead on EA Sports.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its...
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw here.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
He'll keep it himself.
But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. Very productive. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on the ground, 1 through the air.
And it will always be a compliment to say that a guy's got a nose for the end zone, and he sure had it last week.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson.
Oh, look at the juke. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Seahawks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4". They go play action here on 1st down. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. He'll drop to throw. And a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle.
Justin Jefferson.
His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Seahawks are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0.
Chargers, nothing.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive.
Well, they come into this one with an 0-8 record. The playoffs obviously out the window weeks ago. For now, their season boils down really to one question. How do we come up with that first win?
It's a great question, and I do think that they'll get it because they've been close a few times. But in order to get it done, morale has to stay high, so a lot of that goes on the coaching staff. You know, easy to coach when you're 7-1. That's a piece of cake. But with their record right now, how do they manage to keep these guys going in the right direction? And they're going to need some help from some of those veterans in the locker room as well.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Javon Kinlaw
in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Well, partners, the first quarter, too early to start talking about needing a comeback. They're down 2 touchdowns already, and that sack, that disrupts this drive. They need something to go right on offense, and they need it to happen soon.
Two-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and trying to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, the defender was right on him.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. Fourth down. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth.
At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth.
That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. That's a staple in this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. Touchdown, Seahawks. A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it all culminates with a Seattle score.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Got a man, it's Tyquan Thornton.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
Charger football to start quarter number 2. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Pass complete, George Pickens with it.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. They'll look to throw here.
Finding Pickens for another catch.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
And a short gain here down to the 22. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They run it again with Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson.
This just 32 yards officially from the right hash.
McPherson's kick is good.
And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have the kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he elects not to bring this one out, as his guys will take over at the 25.
So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. Last week they got the victory against the San Francisco 49ers. They've got the lead in this one as well right now.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he will find his man on the outside. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. So they go pass, now they go run, and 2 plays resulting in really nice pickups.
Certainly sounds like a 50-50 deal, doesn't it? Sounds like great balance. Well, you know what all those coaches have told us over the years, Brandon, that balance is? It means doing what you want to, when you want to. That play calling is working very well for them right now.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And he's brought to the ground. Another first down at the Chargers' 28.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Let's go now.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. His throw incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone is hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Chargers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but
nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
On the move to his left.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Throwing left side, it's complete.
And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Back to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Channing Tindall in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 13. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And, Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's intercepted.
Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A very solid gain of 27.
Now 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll set up to throw. Out to his left.
Throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 2nd and a couple. He was out there waving his arms. When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is because you got to get his...
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Seahawks continue to pull away here in this first half.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
Chargers 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw.
He finds Pickens over the middle. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown.
George Pickens,
As the first half is winding down.
and the Chargers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is down to 28-10. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on and they're ready for this next series.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make it.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. So we've come upon
past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback.
Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter.
They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Haskins now on 1st and 10.
And he's got room. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, LA!
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now a play fake here on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes. Osa Odighizuwa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. And thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Back to throw here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Going for it all. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Seahawks go for it, but can't convert. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. They'll come out throwing here on first down.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 18-yard line.
2nd and 11. Setting up the screen for Cook. And down he'll go at the 25. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
They'll drop to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. On is the Chargers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, He committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And they're going to speed things up here. 2nd and 2. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. From 6 yards away, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield.
Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Coming up on 2nd and 7.
It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That's going to be caught by Pickens. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
So that complicates things a bit here.
18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion.
This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Got an open man, it's Pickens. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
There are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run it again with Chubb. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 72 yards rushing now for Chubb, and a first down as well. They'll set up a throw. Incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. That'll bring up 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Open man, that's the tight end, Freiermuth.
Holding. Offense.
That's on the guard, Wyatt Teller. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And his throw here is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Open man, he's got Jefferson across the formation. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. They'll look to throw again. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Chargers are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll look to throw here. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Chubb running right. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. Let's see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
Ball start, offense.
Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's a run from Haskins.
And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got him in, complete.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And complete, right side to Cook.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Right back to Cook for another completion. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Back to throw again.
This one into the hands of Pitts. Down inside the 10.
Touchdown, Chargers.
Kyle Pitts.
38 yards.
And the Chargers get a bit closer. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
That one looks like he'll throw here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You know, he's right confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Finding Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of 6.
Back to throw here.
Able to find his man. It's Pickens.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
For the Lops.
God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. That hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my profit. G. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread. You put the you in your dead. The West Coast, they leave that spread. And now you got calling your dread head.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Still trying to the riches.
East Coast The 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut him with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands. Deep up in the trenches. It's no difference. 4th and inches. I'm finna hit a lick and handle business. I got her down. She real vicious. Rock-a-bye, baby. No witness.